Hello YouTube and welcome to What the Math. In today's video I'm going to be taking a look at a relatively old but still awesome game called Solar 2. This game actually originally came out on iOS, basically iPhones, and has now been released on PC as well. And it's actually a really cheap and also really cool way of teaching / discovering solar systems, planets, planetoids, galaxies, and specifically it actually does a really good job at teaching you all about the Big Bang Theory, or at least to some extent. I mean, it doesn't really do a super good job at it, but it is a pretty cool way of teaching you and also your students about the Big Bang Theory. So let me actually just start this from scratch. So right here I started as a very small asteroid of only mass 2, and my job is to basically fly around smacking into other asteroids and absorb their mass into my mass. Now, with time, as you keep absorbing them, and also I have to try to avoid bigger objects because they can destroy me. And if they destroy me, I have to start from scratch. And as I absorb their mass, I will eventually change my shape into something different. And by something different, I mean a planet. So now I am a small planet, and my new job is to try to capture asteroids into the orbit around myself, and then either absorb them or keep them orbiting around me and use them as protection. Now, as you absorb these asteroids by pressing spacebar, you can then increase your size and become a slightly bigger planet, and this will be known as the life planet. I'm going to show you what this means in a few minutes, but meanwhile let me just tell you a little bit more about this game. So there's also lots of different missions in this game. Like for example right here, if I follow this arrow that's pointing toward this direction right here, it will take us to a mission. Oh no, this game also has enemies, and these enemies can kill you. And by enemies I mean spaceships that will start shooting at you. Let me just collect more asteroids. And right now I just completed one of the achievements in this game, and that's having an asteroid nursery, which basically means that I have a lot of asteroids flying around me. There's actually quite a lot of achievements making this game quite replayable, because there's a lot of things you want to try to achieve. So anyway, let me absorb all of this stuff, and as you can see my planet increased in size, and I can now proceed to this mission and see what it's all about. So once I enter the circle, this entity tells me, hey, there's a planet full of skunks, I need you to exterminate it. Now, that's one of the missions in this game that might sound like something a little bit more difficult, something that I may not be able to complete yet, because, yeah, that's right, this planet actually has a lot of, protection, so I don't really think I can actually defeat them yet until I get my own protection just like what they have. So I'm gonna keep advancing through my evolutionary stages and become a slightly bigger planet. And I am now a life planet, and what this means is that now I can actually have something called evolution. In other words, I have life that will eventually evolve and start protecting me, even giving me things like shields and... oh, there you go, I now have a shield, and I now will also have spaceships flying around me, protecting me from various things. So this is actually where you can start attacking other planets and other objects and completing some of the other missions. Now the cool thing about this game is that it actually it does have a lot of things you can do here. So obviously you can evolve into various things and various objects, but at the same time you can also just complete these missions, and this will actually give you various rewards, including achievements and a lot of really awesome story-like fragments. There's actually quite a cool story in this game. So for example here, the solar system sculpture is over 150 trillion years old. It's a divine example of neo-cosmological design. Clear all the dirty asteroid moons from this piece. Alright, so that's one of my missions, and I have to go and clear these asteroids right here. Oh boy, yeah, I don't think I can do it. And this is actually what I'm going to evolve into one day. But basically this is... oh my god, this is a sun. And I don't even know how to approach this mission. I guess I have to try to steal their asteroids somehow. Maybe by smacking to them. Yeah, I can do that. I can probably just smack into them. Alright, looks like I failed this mission. Anyway, moving on. So there's quite a lot of missions here, but the idea is to basically try to advance through levels of evolution and to eventually reach the ultimate creation, which is the black hole. And basically there's various stages you go through, and as you advance through these stages, you become more and more powerful and you acquire more and more gravity. Now this is actually pretty cool because it does in a sense give you an idea, or at least give you a kind of a way of explaining the Big Bang and the evolution of planetary bodies, or sorry, galactic bodies even, because you go through different stages starting from the asteroid up to various types of suns or stars and ending with a black hole. Now let me show you what a star looks like. So I'm going to advance through these stages quite quickly just so you can see what a star looks like. And here comes my next evolutionary stage, which is a small star. So now I can actually start capturing planets and then absorb them, increasing my own mass. So basically this is how you progress in this game. And interestingly, for a game that's really cheap, this is actually super fun. It's a very relaxing game. It does have a bit of an educational value. Most importantly, it's actually something that I would totally use to encourage my students to explore space sciences, and basically even possibly use this as a kind of a introduction to Big Bang theory or any kind of Earth sciences topic. So as you can see, one of the planets that I currently captured actually has evolution, so it will start producing more spaceships that will protect me. And this is basically how this game works until you reach the final stage. And let me show you what the final stage in this game looks like, which is really the black hole. And some of the other objects in this game are things like binary stars and neutron stars, but the ultimate creation is the black hole. So right now I am a black hole, and what you get is a ridiculously high gravitational field that starts absorbing everything, except for, of course, black holes that are bigger than me. So I need to avoid bigger black holes while absorbing everything in my vicinity. So basically you fly around and you try to avoid being absorbed by other black holes, which is actually, oh, here's one. There's actually one to my, I guess, north, top? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the direction is, but basically the red arrow pointing upwards is telling me that there's a bigger black hole and I should probably avoid it. So I'm gonna go ahead and absorb this star right here, and this is actually where chaos starts to creep in, and oh no, and I got absorbed by another black hole. Anyway, let's continue until I reach the proper size. And here I am right before the ultimate achievement, which is the big crunch. So my black hole is ridiculously massive right now, and I'm about to essentially win the game. So this is what the game is all about. It's essentially guiding you toward the big crunch, the end of the Big Bang, and you're about to see what happens at the end. It's a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to see it, you may want to stop the video right now, but here it comes. And this is the big crunch. And interestingly, it leads to another Big Bang. And this is actually a good way of starting another conversation about the multiple universes and the idea of having several Big Bangs. Alright, so that's really the game in a nutshell. It's a very awesome game. It's available on both iOS and Android devices, and is relatively cheap and also relatively fun. So definitely give it a try if you still haven't. This is Solar 2, and this has been What the Math with this short review of this awesome space game. Thank you for watching, please subscribe, and game you later, alligators. Bye bye.